Good Sunday morning, everyone. Taking a live look outside. It is definitely a cold and slippery, icy start to the morning as you are seeing some cars bravely going over that snow and the ice from the snow overnight.
The storm has arrived, and it is not like your typical first snow of the season. This one packed a punch. Here's some pictures that some viewers sent us. Actually, let's go to DIA right now, but look at that. It's just snow. You can see it moving in and all those clouds as those planes try and take off. We had a lot of delays and cancellations at DIA. There it is. Look at that snow.
Yikes.
Woo!
Yeah, and Keely, I think the question for a lot of folks is, are we going to see more snow throughout the day?
Well, we are in certain areas. Here in the metro area, all that snow will be diminishing around noon, but we could get an additional inch or up to an inch more likely. But again, this storm system is pushing down to the south. So areas like Colorado Springs, Pueblo, they are going to be in the thick of it until about 6 o'clock this evening. For us here in the metro area, that winter storm warning ends at noon. But yeah, it is certainly a wintry scene out there. We've got snow more than 4 inches already out at DIA, and those cold temperatures not helping with any of the melting. We're at 20 in Denver, 22 in Greeley, so basically 20s across the eastern plains, the Front Range on into the mountains, and it is really not going to warm up much as we head into the afternoon. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of those snow reports so far. Again, this is as of last night, 8 inches in Castle Pines, and again, continuing to get snowfall there in Denver Metro, the proper 5 inches, also 5 inches in Golden, 3.2 in Louisville, and again out at DIA, 4.5. That's as of last night, still getting a little bit of light snow, so those totals will go up as we head into the afternoon. There is that storm system you can see. And again, gradually pushing down to the south, but still tough driving conditions from Fort Collins all the way down to Colorado Springs. And again, heavier snow falling to the south along I-25 as we head into the afternoon. Clearing skies today in the metro area, that snow diminishing around noon. We're going to top out at 28 degrees. Overnight lows, man, they are going to be cold, dropping down into the single digits. And we're looking at the wind chill minus about 3 degrees. So it is going to be a cold night, a very cold Monday morning for you as well. And those temperatures below freezing aren't helping to melt any of the snow on the road. So driving out there, I can attest to it, driving into work is slick. Let's go ahead and check in with Cole Sullivan, who is out on I-25 right now.
Hey, good morning, Keely. You know, this is a day of firsts, our first snow of the season. Also, my first time doing one of these live drives as we carefully make our way down south where there is some of that heavier snow. I'm going to switch it around, hopefully, so you can see what we're looking at here as we get onto I-25. This entrance ramp still a little snowed in. The roads still clear as snowplows make their way through doing their work on this Sunday morning. You can see there are actually more cars. I was surprised, Keely, on my way in. There were more cars on the road than I expected to see this early on a Sunday, especially this early with the snow on the ground here. But the roads relatively clear, especially those major thoroughfares. Your neighborhood roads, those are going to be a little bit more snowed in, but you can see what we're seeing here as we carefully make our way down towards where some of those really high snow totals have been down south. It is still a little bit snowy out here. You can see some of the condensation on our windshield here as the windshield wipers do what they need to do to clear us so we can see and so that you can see this view too. And as we switch it over to the side view here, you can see just the snow piled up a little bit on the side of the interstate here as we get on to I-25 from where those plows have done their work over the course of the morning as they're out overnight going through looking at the snow. Still some folks making their way, and you can see the snow just kind of on the interstate here. So if you're out and about early this morning, you're going to want to drive carefully. If you're snuggled up cozy at bed, I don't know, Mark and Adusha, I may stay there if I were you rather than getting out in this cold, snowy weather this morning.
At least you brought your turtleneck.
Yeah.
Cole's right, 100%. If you don't have to be out there, definitely don't.
Do that.
Thanks
Exactly.
so much for that.
Well, if you're going to be on the road today, if you have to go somewhere, keep in mind the traction laws in our state.
Yeah, right now they are in effect for much of the high country. If commercial chain laws are in effect, all trucks have to put chains on. If passenger traction laws are in place, drivers must have either snow tires, tires with snow or mud designations, or four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Drivers who violate the law, you could be fined up to $1,000. shelters. CDOT posts the active laws on cotrip.org. DIA certainly did not miss out on the snow. This is how things were looking at the airport as snow started blowing in yesterday. Right now, we are looking at 57 flights delayed, 18 cancellations. If you have a flight at DIA, just make sure you're checking for updates and delays before you're heading out to the airport.
And right now, the city of Denver has warming shelters open for people experiencing homelessness. People can go to the Denver Coliseum on Humboldt Street, as well as the ballroom at the former Best Western Hotel on Quebec. They'll be open from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. today and Monday. Rec centers and libraries will also have warming shelters during the day today and tomorrow as well.
9 News will be covering the snow all day, from the impacts to the Broncos game today. You can tune in tonight for all the latest information, road, snow totals, any possible impacts for tomorrow. That's going to be right after Sunday Night Football.
I want to move to some other headlines now. The Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park on the western slope is closed this morning for a death investigation. The Garfield County Sheriff's Office started investigating around 9 yesterday morning and say they closed the park to preserve evidence. We're still trying to find out exactly how the person died and what exactly happened. Just 2 years ago, though, a 6-year-old girl died at the same amusement park after falling off a ride. She was not buckled in properly. No one was ever charged in her death, though.
Matthew Perry, who starred as Chandler Bing on Friends, has passed away. The LA Times is reporting Perry drowned at his home in LA yesterday afternoon. Foul play is not suspected, according to investigators, but police are still investigating what happened. Matthew Perry was 54 years old.
Overnight, community members gathered in Lisbon, Maine to pay tribute to the 18 lives lost on Wednesday when an accused gunman opened fire at a bowling alley and a bar. Victims of the shooting ranged in age from 14 to 76, and more than a dozen other individuals were hurt in the shooting. A shelter-in-place order previously hindered residents from holding vigils sooner together to gather. As soon as the suspect's body was found, that shelter-in-place order was lifted. Additional vigils are expected to take place throughout this weekend.
The war between Israel and Hamas is now in its second stage after ground troops have now entered Gaza and expanding the fighting. Israel's military said fighter jets hit more than 450 Hamas targets in Gaza in the last day. Relatives of Israelis held hostage by Hamas are asking Israel's prime minister to halt those airstrikes to resume negotiations. Sunday, internet and phone connectivity was restored for a lot of people in Gaza. We're also getting word, though, that thousands of people have now broken into several UN relief warehouses to get to food, hygiene products, and other basic items.
Right now, 39 people are confirmed dead after Hurricane Otis hit Mexico on Wednesday. According to NBC, scientists say climate change could have been behind the surprise intensity. The storm made landfall as a Category 5 hurricane, packing extreme winds, then decreased quickly to a Category 1 storm once it made landfall. That made it really difficult to evacuate people from the city of Acapulco, which is a popular tourist destination in Mexico.